Alright guys, so welcome once again to the FnaticRaidCall Invitational, and we have the first game of the day, which is Oz against Ryung. And at this point in time we have a Terran versus Protoss. And I'm just adjusting the overlay a little bit because we kind of forgot this before that, but now it should be fine. And yeah, the first match of the day. This is going to be a replay cast, as we were not able to finish everything yesterday, but today this is gonna happen. Before we start with the live games, we will have Lenok against, well, we have two TVZs coming up. We have Lucky against Noblesse, and then we have Lenok against the live. Two really cool games. With me today is Wolf. Welcome, Wolf. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I'm really glad to be able to join you to cast this tournament. I'm really excited about the potential that this type of tournament can really have. I love just these little team tournaments that people are having right now. It's just great to see, especially with how many guests we have here and everything that's going on right now. It's just awesome.
Yeah, today should be really great, especially with being able to get a couple of interviews in translators, and of course we will probably also have some players commentating with us. We have a TVZ now with Oz starting at the top position on Metropolis. To the left we have his opponent. We have Ryung in the red color, the Terran player. And what do you expect from this matchup today?
Well, right now we can see that Ryung has taken gas, and that means that even though he tried to deny Oz scouting here, Oz was able to get in here and see that. Now, Ryung could potentially do anything with this. I think we're probably just going to see him do a very standard expansion opening. He may even try to do something old school like a Marauder expand, but the potential for a Marine Tank Banshee type build, any sort of factory play, is potentially there as well. And Oz, I do not know what he will do as a reply. He's not the type of guy to normally go robotics tech off one base, so he'll probably try to do a one gate expand from here.
And by the way, guys, just to keep you informed, we have the round of 16 going on right now, and the next game that we are going to cast will be also a round of 16 match. All the players that reach the round of 8 will be present at the Fnatic team house later on. It's currently just being set up, everything in the main room, and it's a pretty cool and new team house, so Fnatic just set it up and it's going to be amazing. They changed so much stuff over the last week. I've been here when the Code A qualifiers took place and had a quick look at everything, and since then they bought so much furniture, and it was really nice. As the table that we are using right now was bought like half an hour ago.
Yeah.
So in order to set everything up, so they're still in the process of making everything happen, and it's pretty awesome.
Yep. Now we're going to see Oz try to put on a little bit of pressure here. He wants to scout with this Zealot. Unfortunately for him, no Stalker out just yet to continue that pressure. His second gas has been taken for Ryung. He did deny the scout of that factory. Ooh, this STV is looking pretty scary. He may try to proxy a starport. No, the starport goes down in the main though.
I like that he is scouting quite a lot here, because, well, we could see on a huge map like this, we could actually see some kinds of shenanigans, like an expansion
for sure.
hidden somewhere.
Hidden expansion, could be hidden Twilight Council. I mean, with only one gas, all of these things are fairly unlikely, but it's always good to check.
We actually saw a game, just the up and down matches, when Huck was playing. He tried to proxy a Twilight Council and also a Dark Shrine. So what Ryung is doing here is very, very smart.
Uh-oh, Stalker getting a little bit over eager, taking a lot of hits there. But Oz does scout the Marine count, and with seeing no command center on the low ground, he's probably going to be concerned about what's going on here. He has gone for the normal one gateway expand. Cloak is on the way. He has taken a second gas. We'll see how quickly he's going to get a robotics, because if he doesn't do that fairly soon, he will be in trouble when the Cloak Banshee arrives.
Yeah, the usual follow-up would be after the 2 additional gateways to go for the robotics. We've seen some players try to skip the robotics and go for a very greedy play with the Twilight Council, but it's very rare, and there's already the robotics facility. Oz is obviously in a position where he knows fully well where his opponent spawned, and especially with the close air positions, Banshees are always a threat, so he goes immediately for this robotics to get an observer to deny the Banshee, and this should work quite well.
Yep, second Banshee is being rallied out with a factory. Tech Lab going down, as well as another barracks. It looks like Ryung wants to be completely one base off of this. Doesn't look like he has any intentions of making a command center. Right now, Oz is splitting up his Stalkers in his main base. His robotics is not quite done yet, but he should be able to minimize probe losses if he chrono boosts out his observer.
The Banshee already en route, but as you can see, the Stalkers are in position, and here comes Ryung trying to get in here. No, there is no cloak as of yet, but with the Banshee already, well, not a secret anymore, it was revealed. Oz will definitely make sure that there's no observer in place in order to intercept the Banshee as soon as he tries to get in there with the cloak upgrade.
Yep. Notice Oz also, well, hold that thought, here comes that first cloak usage. And the Observer will be out very soon. The Stalker's trying to chase down the Banshee. It looks like he may take it out immediately here. Does take it out. Very few kills, about 3 I think, on that Banshee. And
yeah, we had 4 kills in total, counting the scouting probe in there. It was definitely only like 3 of them. Just took down another probe, and we have right now 1 kill on the first Banshee on the second Banshee trying to get into the base.
Oh,
and
he's
maybe
gonna get a
pick
sentry.
Up a sentry. Wow.
Nice. Does
Good
get the
job
sentry
here.
to get out. That makes it worth it to be able to get that sentry, because otherwise the cloak was a little bit useless. Now we're going to see some stalkers move out here for Oz, so he can delay this push, force perhaps him to siege up early. I really like this. He has to be careful that tank has a ton of range.
No siege tank upgrade just yet, so Ryung trying to go for the one-base play here, but he does not have siege mode yet, and he's just trying to attack. He has 3 barracks in total. We have him now with additional Banshees, but he's in a bit of a tough spot here. Oz is prepared for this. We have 33 to 31 harvesters, Oz on 2 bases, and time definitely working in his favor here.
Yeah, especially without siege mode. I mean, Oz, with his great stalker count, he's going to have a great ratio of stalker to Banshee, and also he can just delay this push forever if Ryung does not have siege mode. Now, I'm kind of curious to see what Oz is going to do next. Will he try to get a robotic support bay, or will he just stick with his gateway units? He's adding another gateway right now, and he's continuing to try to buy time with these stalkers, and that shows, the fact he's not getting the robotic support bay shows that he's very confident dealing with this push with stalkers alone. He might catch a Banshee! Close call there, almost losing a stalker.
Yeah,
But good micro.
At the same time, we have finally siege mode being upgraded, but Ryung is already quite late with this. Pulls all his SCVs, most of them in that. But having a quick look at the expansion, we have Oz in position with a lot of units. He has a few in the main base as well. He should be able to defend this, especially with the immortals that he's building right now. So Ryung with a ton, and he pulled so many SCVs, 47 to 50 army supply. The Banshees headed into the main base. The Observer just surviving.
If he loses all of his observers, he will lose the game. This is still a scary push, but the longer he waits, the better prepared Oz is going to be. Oz coming in with a flank, trying to catch reinforcements right now. Will catch a few of these Marines, but that means he's going to have to be careful of his front, where the Banshees are already starting to go to work with the gateways. Looks like Oz is going to go in for the attack now. The Immortal not able to fire on the tanks yet, but it is closing the distance. The Banshee's being pulled back, and it looks like he's going to target the tanks from behind.
Nice, picking off 1 tank at a time, and most of the units of Ryung are already dead. Oz is still at 74 supply against 44. The Marines having a hard time here surviving, and 2 observers make sure that the Banshees won't get away. Yep. Easy peasy. Oz is completely obliterating Ryung here.
Yep, Oz is really well known for his holds against this type of push, and he really showed it here, getting a little bit ahead of himself against this Banshee, but the Observer will follow very soon. A lot of lost stalkers here. That wasn't the most cost-efficient engagement, but he's so ahead. I mean, the worker count is 40 to 13 in Oz's favor now. And we saw the Immortals not even able to hit siege tanks in the battle, but it just didn't matter. That's how ahead Oz was in production with his gateway units. Just to crush that army. Now he's going to leave some units to home so he can't be harassed as he continues to push here. And as long as he makes sure that Ryung cannot take his natural, then he's just going to win this game eventually.
We have 2 bases against 1, so Oz in a perfect position when he comes down to his income. He's on 80 supply against 35. Ryung trying to hold on, but this is kind of over. We now have a swap in the main base. A desperate attempt of maybe getting out a few more orders to win this game after all, but at this point Oz just can produce as many units as he wants. He's adding additional gates now, walking into the warp gate, and at this point just having a look at the stalker numbers. We have 11 stalkers, we have 2 immortals, sentries, zealots, and of course the huge probe count in comparison to the SCVs for Ryung. This game should definitely end in Oz's favor. He's playing so well here, doubling the supply of his opponent.
Yep, it's looking pretty conclusive at this point. There's only 2 tanks and 20 Marines out. He's not even really making any more SCVs because he can't afford to do so. Look at the army supply, 62 to 33. It's looking like Oz doesn't want to waste any more time with this. He's actually just going to go in for the kill, and I do not think Ryung will be able to hold.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I actually have no idea why Ryung is still in this game, but he tries to push out once again. He does not have stim, he doesn't have combat shield, he has not a single upgrade for his army. Trying to get a bunch of combat shields now, the upgrade that is, but that's it. Here comes Oz moving in, taking down the siege tanks with zealots and immortal, and this is it. first game is over, ends in favor of Oz. Well done, Oz up 1-0 against Ryung.